So, hi guys, and welcome to an intro of Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. So this is gonna be the last entry on my freaking review spree that I've done of The Martian and Purge, the novel. So yeah, a bit different. This isn't a book now. So, Interstellar. I'll probably start by reading everyone who's involved in the movie and just a synopsis of the plot. So, Interstellar. A team of explorers travel through a wormhole in an attempt to find a potentially habitable planet that will sustain humanity. Director Christopher Nolan, writers Jonathan Nolan and Christopher Nolan, and this movie stars Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Matt Damon, and Michael Caine, and I can't overlook the one guy, John Lithgow, and yeah, of course, like Mackenzie Foy and such. There's a lot of famous actors in this movie. So I would probably like to just preface this by saying I'm a huge Nolan fan. I'm one of those freaking fanboys that defends his movies. Overall, I just like Nolan's work, and like Inception is a really freaking awesome movie that I fell in love with the first time I saw it, and likewise with The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is one of the freaking best movies I've ever seen. It's a perfect movie in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like perfect. It's diamond. The movie is like perfect. Literally, The Dark Knight is the best Batman movie there will be during my lifetime. It's what I'm pretty sure of, because it's not even a Batman movie. But this isn't a freaking review of The Dark Knight. This is the review for Interstellar. So, what did I think about the movie? It's okay. Because I'll just say that most Nolan movies are pretty freaking good, but this I would have to say that Interstellar falls in with Insomnia, which is one of my least favorite Nolan movies. It's a bit long. It's 3 hours, and I don't think it needs to be 3 hours, in my opinion. It's actually 2 hours and 50 minutes, but whatever, it's almost 3. So, yeah. Damn it, it's hard to profess this, because, like, it's hard to see what is spoilery and what isn't. There will be a spoiler section, after I review this movie, so yeah. What I would just like to say that the action is pretty freaking great in the movie overall, but that's normal for Nolan's movies. He always does action in a really interesting way. But then again, there's a lot of parts in this movie are like low key. Like there's no. It's not like a freaking Inception is a freaking heist movie in dreams, basically. This isn't a heist, so to say. This is just a sci-fi movie with some really complex, like, ideas and some things with like what are the freaking things with space travel. It is not like an action movie like Inception is, but it's interesting actually to like compare Inception and Interstellar in the sense that they're like almost like mirrors of each other. It's like the opposites here, but then again, it's like it's really difficult not to compare Interstellar with Inception, because like, seriously, it sometimes feels like the same movie, but in the opposite sense. It's really difficult to tell this, because imagine a man has to leave his kids his wife is dead, and he goes on a journey to do something to better his life, and in the middle of this journey he realizes that he needs to go back. Am I talking about Interstellar or Inception? It's like it's the same thing, basically. So in that sense I felt like it's a rehash of Inception in a sense, but then again, Inception is like you go into dreams, and when I imagine going into dreams, I imagine it going down into dreams, and Interstellar is going up into space. And that's a weird thing to say, but I know it's weird. So I would like to say that I see Inception as a better movie, and it's really early to say because I've seen Inception like freaking 8 times already. I haven't seen Interstellar, like I've seen it once in the movie theater. Like I don't know, it's really difficult, and I really hate dissing Nolan movies because I'm a fan of his work, but this feels a bit like God damn it, it's like how would I like it feels a bit loose, so to say. And in Inception, like overall in Nolan movies, he leaves these kind of like clues for you as the viewer of the movie to like figure out the movie for yourself. Like you can do your own theories. Interstellar is not like that. Interstellar holds your hand, maybe even too much. It holds your hand too much. It shows you it holds your hand and shows you like what is a wormhole, and it does that. It feels it does not feel like a Nolan movie even in that sense. But like yeah, I can't talk about the story more than that because I will get into spoilers. But I would like the visuals are really awesome, like the defining of the planets and where they go, and all the ideas are cool. And oh, one more thing about the story. I hate going back to this. It feels like it's cheating. Like this is not an acceptable story. Like it's not. It doesn't make sense in some sense. In some parts. It's like flawed. It feels like there's like holes in the story. It's not complete. But I'll go into that more in the spoilers. So yeah, visuals are really good. Like the frozen clouds in one place, and just the ice, and you know, overall really good. And I like the idea that space is silent, and you can't hear anything. It's completely silent, a bit like Gravity, I guess. But yeah, I like the idea that movies are pushing this space thing, because I am really genuinely interested in sci-fi and space, and I really like these movies like Gravity and now Interstellar, and I'm just waiting for the goddamn The Martian movie when it comes out. It sounds like amazing. It might be amazing. So yeah, I think that's enough for the visuals. I gotta say that I wasn't like blown away from like the shots. Like it's not, the cinematographer is not as good as like, let's say, Gone Girl. I think Gone Girl had like those amazing, like you understood some things in the different manner, and there's like weird shots and things like that. This is not like that. It's more like straightforward, so to say. And a lot of like VFX was used in this, so special effects. So and of course, because it's a space movie. I mean, I know it's dumb to compare this to Gone Girl. It's like the worst comparison ever, because they're not relatively anything like each other. So I get that. That's a shitty criticism. Sorry about that. So I'll move into the actors. I've been hearing a lot of like dissing on freaking people are not like liking the actors and the lines they deliver are. I, I don't get that. Like people don't really like the first part of the movie, like the first hour. People, I've heard many people say that it's like crap, and like Matthew McConaughey does his like freaking like alright, alright, alright. But I actually like that. I like Matthew McConaughey in that sense. I actually, that's my ringtone. You might have heard that earlier in some earlier review or something, but um, yeah, I like Matthew McConaughey's role, and oh man, it's oh god, some of the freaking I can't spoil anything, but in some parts, Matthew McConaughey did not deliver a father figure like thing for me. It did not feel like it. God damn it! I can't like say this how it felt like that, but it. There are some parts where he tries to cry, or so to say, and it did not feel like it not the hit didn't blow, so to say, and yeah. But then again, there are other parts where he does cry, and I shit you not, I was crying. Like in the theater, I cried even a bit. I can't talk about that yet, but I'll talk about it later. And I really on that. Okay, I'll get it in later. Anna Hathaway, I really don't have an opinion on her because this is the hard part. I don't know how to accurately like freaking tell if a actor does a good job because I myself don't act. That not I don't really direct either, but I can say that I have way more like knowledge of directing overall than acting. So I really don't know, but I think the biggest problem with the actors, like it's not even a problem with the actors, it's just the lines they say feel shoehorned in. Like they feel like that there's definitely some shitty writing here at parts, like definitely crappy writing in my opinion, and even down to like the sense that it kind of breaks the movie in some senses. But yeah, I'm giving a really a feeling of the movie that I don't like it, but that's not true. I actually enjoyed the movie quite a lot. It's not as good as Inception or as The Dark Knight, in not even near, and even like The Prestige, it's not as good as that. You know, so yeah. And there's a plot twist in the movie that I'm not even sure if it's a plot twist, so to say, because it's so freaking obvious. It is so obvious. It is so goddamn obvious. Like, I can't talk about it, but it begins in the beginning, and it feels like I was surprised that that was the thing. I was expecting the thing to be something else. Wait a minute, am I recording? Oh, for fuck's sakes, card full. I'm gonna have to return this. Wait. Sorry, I got cut off a bit there. So I was going to talk about the spoiler section for Interstellar, and to be honest, I kind of lost my track of thought. There was a 13-minute section between here because I did my dishes and such. So yeah, I wanted to talk about overall the story and what interested me in the spoiler sense and such. I'll begin with the plot holes because I was gonna say buttholes. Oh my god, plot holes because that's basically the most concerning thing, I guess, about the movie. So it feels the beginning of the movie feels kind of odd to me because we're like made to believe that we're made to believe that some kind of like force, like gravity force, sends freaking Bradley Cooper's character. No, not Bradley Cooper. Oh my God, the Cooper character, freaking Matthew McConaughey. Some kind of weird force sends him to the secret NASA or whatever, and that feels a bit strange overall. Like I get that there's building up something like later. Yeah, I get that, but like the sense that he goes to the secret freaking NASA and they all know him and they've been looking for a pilot and such, and then he just like asks him, like literally just like, hey, you wanna do this? You're a person who has flown spaceships. I feel that felt kind of dumb in the sense that why wouldn't they go to him in the first place? They literally knew where he lived. So I don't understand why they would like wait for something weird cosmic entity to send the message for him to find the secret NASA place to do this all. That feels weird. That doesn't work. Doesn't work at all for me, and that's kind of a thing. The second thing would be when doing all the space travel and things. They go to the freaking planet with the giant waves and such, and they go there and they know they're risking like 72 hours or whatever. Not 72 hours, 72 years of their time, whatever. They know they're risking Earth time while doing that, and they go there, and then they realize there that oh shit, the freaking chick or whatever who it was, we've been trying, like they go there and then they realize that oh crap, she had been on this planet for 2 freaking hours. She just drowned. So first thing, if she's been there 2 hours, what kind of freaking intel could she have gathered that was actually useful for you? Like literally the intel, you would have the same knowledge if you would just go down there and leave. Like that made no sense to me. Made absolutely no sense. And then like I don't think this is a plot hole, so to say, but just overall they really handled the freaking Dr. Man thing really badly, because that was so freaking obvious in the sense that they're building up this Dr. Man like, oh, he was the greatest one of us all. He inspired this whole mission. It was his idea. He is the greatest guy ever. He is pretty freaking great, and he's a bad guy. That's so obvious. So obvious. Like that's such a non-Nolan moment. Like it was weird. I had like weird like, wait, that's actually how it is, because I was actually waiting for them to do a plot twist in that he is actually good. He is that character. He isn't that evil character. Like I was blown away that they didn't do that. Like it felt like they were setting up him as a good guy turned bad, and then he was bad. So I don't get that. And the second thing, freaking, he is one of the people that inspired this whole mission, and he freaking, like, he's a astronaut. He's a freaking dude that knows how physics works. Like he knows everything about space and this kind of thing. And then he tries to dock and he blows himself up. And I know, we're supposed to believe that he's gone insane from all the time he spent like on the surface of the planet alone, but it felt dumb. It felt so dumb. And I know that most sci-fi movies have problems with scientists going crazy and not knowing anything about science at all, apparently. And then more on this thing, like freaking the freaking Cooper character. He's a freaking scientist, whatever. He can fly into space, and the freaking other dude in space has to tell him what a freaking wormhole is. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make a lack of sense. Like these kind of little things really take me out of the movie and make me wonder, like, really? Does this make any sense? And then the biggest plot twist in the movie or something like that, the freaking when we discover that it was him all along who was sending the messages. I actually saw that coming a mile away. I like from the beginning in the movie, like the freaking the chick says, like the little girl says that stay, stay. They sent me a message, stay. And I thought that, okay, so bad shit is going to go down in the space, and probably someone is sending a message to the main character that you should stay, as in maybe the main character himself or the freaking Anna Hathaway character or someone else. I never believed that there was some freaking secret entity there. I always assumed that it was just him doing it. And yeah, it was him. It was him. It wasn't a plot twist at all. And I'm not sure if that was supposed to be like moment or something, but I did not work for me. And it's not a even though I treat it as a plot twist that failed, even if it wasn't a plot twist, it felt loose in the sense. Overall, it just felt loose. Like I don't know. And then in the end, when she discovers the clock, and you know all that, like, that was cool in the sense, but the whole scene where they go to burn the freaking corn, and I like, and the freaking Tom character assaults the freaking her boyfriend or whatever, and I thought that he was gonna take the clock and break it, and he would be like, "Oh no, why would you do that thing?" But no, it was just like he has this sinister look, and it's never paid attention again in the movie, and that seemed kind of flawed. Like honestly, that seemed weird. That was it was really out of place. And then in the freaking end of the movie, the main character, Cooper, has been waiting to get to his daughter, his children, the whole movie. That's the thing. He wants to get out of space to see his children. In the end of the movie, he sees his daughter, they exchange maybe freaking 6 sentences to each other, and they go like, fuck off. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like this movie wants me. In a sense, it felt so weird. It felt so weird. Like seriously, we spent most of the movie trying to get somewhere. We get there and we go back. Seriously, that's what happens. And they pay no attention to that. It's just like, you know. And fuck it. The main character has a son. I guess he's not just important enough for him. I guess he died or something, but like he comes into a room with all his like relatives there, like literally they see that, oh, this is your great grandfather, and no one gives a shit. It felt weird. That is the weirdest moment in the movie, in my opinion, and felt really stupid. I guess someone has already done the theory of like, oh, maybe he actually, I don't know, in the black hole created a different dimension for himself and his dreams, and all that happens after that is just his dream. But the movie didn't give me enough evidence for that kind of theory, so I'm not gonna count on that. And yeah, there are always gonna be theories like that on these kind of movies, especially with Inception ending with the freaking worldly thing, and it never fell, so you can't kinda know if he's in a dream or not. So yeah, I'm not gonna even go down that path because you know, I'm not theorizing, I'm reviewing. So yeah, okay, enough with the I'll take my dickhead glasses off. And yeah, that's just I felt that those parts in the movie were so dumb. I don't get it, but yeah. Things that I did like about the movie, on general, I did definitely like about the movie, and there were a few scenes that really stuck into my, like when they come from the freaking water planet, and there's the guy that he goes like, "I've been waiting for you 23 years." That was a freaking awesome moment. I thought that was so good, and the actor who did it, like, he really drove that in, that feeling of it, like, oh, that's actually a long time he has been there. David Gyasi, yeah, he was there, so he really nailed that. And yeah, other shot, as I mentioned already, I did cry in the movie. And I'm actually saddened that most people didn't actually cry to that part, but there's a part in the movie when he comes from the water planet and he wants to see every single message he has received from his family. And yeah, that was... because that's a horrifying idea. The idea of you being in space and not going... you can't go back, and you realize that your children that were, I don't know, the other was like 15 and the other was 10, they've grown up. They're pretty much your age now, and you can't do anything about it. You basically, you're cheating. You're cheating the course of life. You're not like... you don't get to witness your children growing up and you growing older with them. You're kind of like just watching them grow up and yourself like not grow any older, and later on them dying. I think the concept of that is like horrifying and really landed a blow on me, and I really started to freaking like get teary-eyed. So whew, I really don't want to think about that anymore. It's almost like you know, it's almost like dying, and the imagination of like heaven, in the sense that you get to watch what your relatives do after you die. It's almost like that, because he literally goes up and he gets messages from his family. It actually feels like that. A really good moment in the movie. So yeah, I don't know if I have anything else about Interstellar. Overall, I would suggest you go watch the movie while it's on IMAX. I haven't seen it on IMAX myself. I live in Finland. We don't have such things here, but apparently it's pretty freaking amazing in IMAX. Also, there's some audio problems. The audio is really loud at times. Get some earplugs if you're into that kind of thing, but I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about this. So thanks you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye, Shroomies.